guys, welcome to the Red Pitch Podcast. As we continue, like, share, subscribe as always. Listen, yesterday's result didn't really go the way that I wanted it to. Bayern Munich 1, Arsenal 0, meaning Arsenal are now out of the Champions League. But I'm not going to go on a rant as much because I'd like to congratulate the boys, first off, for getting back into the Champions League after many years of missing out. You know, been sitting there in the Europa League for years and years, wanting to be back at the pinnacle. We made it back. We got to the quarterfinals with a very inexperienced team. So, as much as I would like to go further into the semis and win it, me personally, I didn't see us winning the tournament. My aim was to get to the semis. If we get to the semis, we'd have had a good year. We just missed out by the one goal. So, all in all, it's not the best, but congratulations to the boys for that. A few things really, in terms of possession, in terms of passing and everything, like the game was rather equal. The first half was very, very frustrating, I have to admit, because it seemed like at points no one really wanted to, break any lines or make space, make any moves, progressive passes. A lot of the time, and especially the first 15, 20 minutes, Gabriel and Saliba were just playing past the parcel with each other, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And it was a bit frustrating to watch. Jorginho, I'm not really going to get onto Jorginho that much. I wanted Partey to start. I feel Partey tends to break the lines a little bit better, and he's a bit quicker. He seems more direct. But Jorginho did break the lines with a couple good balls. In terms of when he's lost possession, he was a bit slow to recover. So recovery weren't the best. I don't know why Thomas Partey just doesn't seem to be getting off the bench. I don't know if he's still is he not fit? Is Arteta not really seeing, what he wants of Partey in training to not warrant giving him any type of minutes? We all called for Tomiyasu. We got Tomiyasu. Was reasonably well against Sane. Sane did have a few good runs, a few good touches, and did put Tomiyasu down a few times with his skill. In terms of our defensive work, I feel that we were defensively comfortable in most parts, but Bayern, when they turned it on, they got into the game 25th minute. Just after that, they started getting into the game, and progressive passes were becoming a lot better, and they were breaking the lines a lot better, and they were just getting through us easily. Musiala had a beautiful shot in the first half, which I was screaming for, Ben White or Rice to get onto him. He had so much space. They were just allowing him to just run into the space and have a shot unopposed. First half ended 0-0. In terms of going into the second half, Bayern, they came out flying. It was attack after attack. They hit the crossbar with a beautiful header from Goretzka, I believe. I think it was Goretzka. Maybe wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, you could tell Bayern were attacking the flanks or putting crosses in. Now, in terms of their goal, Ben White, I feel that Ben White was kind of at fault. The first cross came in, it eluded everyone and went over. Now, when Guerrero picked up the ball, Ben White should have been on Guerrero, but he stood back, gave him ample space to put the cross in. Kimmich, supposedly being marked by Martinelli, glides into the box unopposed and heads it in for 1-0. Poor defending. It was shocking defending. Can we call it inexperience? I think it was inexperience. I think when we get to this point of the Champions League, I think a lot of inexperience in his team showed. Saka, again, didn't turn up. He just did not turn up at all. He was non-existent. I'm sure everyone got frustrated as I did. The corner on the 95th minute Raya came up, everybody came up for the corner, and he didn't even beat the first man. It was absolutely poor. It was shocking. Martinelli, I feel like Martinelli is, these days, he seems scared to take on the fullback. You know, at certain times he got it. I just want you to run at Kimmich. Just keep running at Kimmich. Keep running at him. You know, you might not beat him the first time, might not beat him the second time, but you'll beat him the third time. But Martinelli gets it. He takes a few steps forward, and he cuts back past the inside. When I'm looking at someone like Doku for Man City, Doku will do 100 step overs, but every time he gets the ball, Doku will attack that fullback, and he might not come off all the time, but you know, he'll get a good ball into the box, or he'll take on a defender and score. Martinelli seems to have lost that little bit of something this season. I don't know what it is, but he seems to have lost a little bit of something that he had last season. It's like he's afraid to take on fullbacks, and I don't know what's wrong. Saka the same. I don't know what it is. Havertz, I just feel Tuchel obviously managed Havertz for Chelsea. He knows Havertz well. He knows his strengths. He knows his weaknesses, and yeah, Havertz was on lock, and I just feel that we definitely need a prolific number 9 in the summer. We need a proper striker. Arteta did say after the match, we don't have that striker that scores 30 to 40 goals in all competition. Well, now that's what you need to do. You need to go out and sign that striker, because these are the games where, fair enough, this year we've scored a hell of a lot of goals without having that number 9, but you can't do that in the Champions League. The big competitions, you can't do that. You just can't do that. You need somebody, that's going to take those chances. We had the amount of chances we had, especially in the first leg, certain opportunities when Rice dispossessed the ball in the first half on the right. Sorry, in the second half, Gabriel Jesus cluelessly just runs offside, he gets the pass and he hits it wide anyway. He's just not being clinical enough. A lot of fans are calling for Arteta's head, saying Arteta out. I disagree. I feel that, last season, this season, we've shown some progression. We're not getting it over the line. But I just feel with a few more quality signings, and we're gathering that experience. Game after game, disappointment brings experience. And so I think that giving one more season, I think that next season we'll definitely win a few things. In this season, the league title is not all done yet. We beat Wolves, we beat Chelsea. We could go 4 points ahead of Man City before they play their next game. It's good to have those points on the board. It's always good to be the team that's ahead with the points. Anything can happen. I still believe City are going to win all their last games, but you just never know. You never know. Stranger things have happened in the Premier League. A draw from City, and it just opens everything wide up again if we win our games. But listen, man. That's it really, man. Next game, Wolves away on Saturday. Must-win game. Anything but a win on that game. And that's it. Goodbye. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. We out, man.